Have you ever thought about where you'd be if the world suddenly ended? Maybe you'd still be at work, sitting at your desk, finishing yet another presentation, trying to make the best of what your boss gives you to meet impossible client demands. Day after day, the routine has made you numb. You know none of this really changes your life, but you don't have a choice. Next to you is your coworker, who's a full-on survivalist. He's always keeping up with international news and military updates, as if he's preparing for the end of the world. You never took him seriously. It all seemed pointless when you were just trying to make it through the day with your small paycheck. But lately, you've been seeing a lot more videos about global crises, and they seem strangely real. Each one gives you this uneasy feeling, like something big is coming, and you can't shake off that sense of fear. Suddenly, a bunch of messages breaks your focus. You were about to ignore them, but the chaos around you makes you look up. You glance at your coworker, the survivalist, and his face is filled with shock. Instantly, a wave of unease hits you. You stop what you're doing, press Ctrl+S to save your work, and pick up your phone. A bright red emergency alert pops up. Attention! Your city will be hit by a nuclear strike in 20 minutes. Please proceed immediately to the nearest shelter. You freeze. It feels like you've just stepped into a disaster movie. But everyone around you is already in a panic. Some people are running out the door. The panic spreads fast. You stand up without thinking, joining the crowd rushing toward the exit. You're on the 20th floor, and the elevator is not an option, so you follow everyone else to the stairs. People are pouring into the stairwell, and the air is filled with the sounds of frantic footsteps, panicked cries, and sobbing. Some people are crying quietly, while others are just silent, focused on getting out. Every step feels like a race against time. Every second counts when it's a matter of life and death. Suddenly, there's chaos at the turn in the stairwell. A group of people has fallen, blocking the way. You can't stop in time, so you change direction, slamming into the wall to keep from falling. The crowd becomes even more frantic. People start grabbing at each other, trying to find space to move forward. Some people are even climbing over others, stepping on shoulders and backs like they're wild animals. Screams, curses, and cries echo through the stairwell, filling it with a sense of pure despair. You see someone in total desperation start throwing punches to clear a path. At that moment, it feels like all of humanity has broken down. Fear has destroyed every bit of reason and morality. You take a deep breath, trying to keep yourself calm. You still have 20 minutes. There's still hope. Finally, you make it out of the stairwell and burst into the open air. You know that the nearest shelter is the subway station. On a normal day, it would take about 10 minutes to get there. But now you don't have time to waste. You just run as fast as you can. Adrenaline floods your body, giving you a kind of strength you didn't know you had. Your breath is heavy, your heart is pounding, but there's a strange calm inside you. That adrenaline rush makes you believe you can make it. You see everyone heading toward the subway station, like ants before a storm, chaotic, but all moving in the same direction. It's the instinct to survive that's driving everyone. You finally see the entrance to the subway station, and the hope of survival pushes you to run even faster. You leap down the steps, and suddenly a bright flash fills your vision. You don't know if it's the explosion or just your imagination, but there's no time to think. Your consciousness fades instantly. Years later, this disaster would be remembered as one of the darkest moments in human history. The building where you used to work was at the center of the nuclear blast. It was a 3.3 megaton thermonuclear bomb, far more powerful than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Even if you had made it into the subway station, it wouldn't have changed your fate. In the end, you became just another statistic among billions who perished. All those people you once knew, the ones who had dreams and hopes, became nothing more than forgotten numbers. What you didn't know is that those who died in the first wave might have been the lucky ones. The survivors would have to face something even worse. a world full of radiation, starvation, and hopelessness. But that's another story.